When your cat stretches the exact moment they notice you. Have you ever stopped to wonder what that behavior is really saying? At first glance, it seems like nothing more than your cat loosening their body after resting. But hidden inside that small movement is something most cat owners never recognize. It's actually one of the most personal signals your cat can share with you. And when that signal goes unnoticed, which happens more often than you might think, you may be missing the quiet moment your cat is trying to connect with you. So let's begin by understanding what this stretch truly represents. First, your cat usually isn't stretching just to loosen their muscles. Here's something many people never pause to question. If your cat were simply easing stiffness, why does this behavior almost always happen the moment you walk in? Why not a few minutes earlier, when you weren't there? Because this moment isn't really about their body at all. It's about you. Researchers who study feline behavior describe this movement as a social stretch. It's a deliberate action triggered by your presence. Not by sore muscles. Not by waking up. But by you. Take a moment to really think about that. Your cat sees you. And somewhere in their mind a signal quietly says, now. That timing isn't accidental. It's communication. And what makes this even more meaningful is that cats don't do this for everyone. If you've ever noticed your cat stretching around you more often than around other people in your home, that isn't coincidence. That's preference. That's your cat expressing through their silent body language that you matter to them. Most people watch this happen, smile for a second, and then move on. But you're not like most owners. Now you understand that this is your cat reaching out in their own way. And if your cat never stretches when they see you, don't jump ahead just yet. The meaning behind that can be surprising. And we'll talk about it later. Second, this behavior is something your cat actually learned specifically for you. Have you ever wondered whether wild cats do this as well? They don't. This is where things become more personal. The social stretch your cat performs when they notice you doesn't exist in the wild. Wild cats never developed this behavior because they never needed it. There was simply no reason for them to communicate in this way. But when cats began sharing their lives with humans thousands of years ago, something slowly began to change. They started developing signals meant only for us. Meowing at adult humans is one example. Wild cats usually only meow as kittens. The slow blink used for bonding with humans is another example. And this stretch belongs to that same category. Your cat isn't just operating on ancient instinct. They're responding with behaviors that evolved once humans became part of their world. A study published in Animal Cognition found that domestic cats developed a unique range of behaviors, used only when interacting with people, not with other cats, not with prey, just with us. So when your cat stretches in front of you, this behavior isn't simply instinct. It's something learned, something their ancestors never had a reason to do, and that actually makes the moment more meaningful rather than less. Before we go further, if you're learning something new about your cat right now, consider liking the video and subscribing. It helps other cat lovers discover this information too. And honestly, more people deserve to understand what their cats are trying to communicate. Third, your cat's paws may quietly be marking you. Did you know that cats have scent glands in places most people never think about? One of those places is located between their paw pads. And this is where things become especially interesting. When your cat stretches, especially when they knead or press their paws into something, those glands activate. They release pheromones that humans can't detect, but other cats understand immediately. So how does this connect to you? When your cat stretches near you, on the couch where you sit, on the bed where you sleep, or right beside your feet. They're doing more than greeting you. They're leaving invisible signals that quietly say, "This human belongs to me." Yes, it is territorial, but not in a hostile way. This is comfort territory, safe space territory. This human is part of my world, and I want that known territory. You'll never smell it. You'll never see it. But in your cat's mind, they've just signed their name on you. And here's the part that many people find unexpectedly emotional. Your cat doesn't share this behavior with just anyone. They reserve it for the people and places they have chosen to trust. Fourth, why they stretch more for certain people. Have you ever noticed that your cat stretches for you, but barely reacts to someone else in the same house? That isn't random. And it definitely isn't only about who feeds them. Cats are selective, sometimes almost brutally so. When they stretch in front of someone, they aren't performing a cute trick. They're revealing who holds the highest place in their internal world. In studies involving multiple cats in a household, researchers noticed something interesting. Cats don't distribute social behaviors evenly among humans. They choose favorites, and those favorites receive more eye contact, more slow blinks, more vocalizations, and yes, more stretches. So if your cat walks past your partner without even glancing at them, but immediately stretches the moment you sit down, that isn't coincidence. That's hierarchy. You are their chosen person. Now here's the part that might sting a little. If you're on the opposite side of that situation, if your cat stretches for someone else, but not for you, it doesn't mean they dislike you. It simply means the bond hasn't reached that level yet. Cats depend on consistency, calm presence, and patience. Their trust is something that develops over time. Fifth, the stretch that happens when you wake up. Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and noticed your cat stretching right beside you, as if they had been waiting there? That's because they probably were. Cats are crepuscular, which means they're most active around dawn and dusk. So while you were asleep, your cat was likely awake. 4 hours. They could have stretched at any point during that time, but they didn't. They waited until you woke up. That moment isn't random. It's ritual. Many behaviorists believe this stretch acts as a greeting, a reset, a quiet way of saying, "You're part of my world again. Let's begin the day." It's the feline version of good morning, and they usually reserve that moment for the people they trust most. If you live alone with your cat, you might assume this behavior is normal. But notice what happens when guests stay overnight. Your cat probably won't stretch for them first thing in the morning. That moment is usually safe for you. There's also an element of vulnerability involved. Morning means your cat has spent hours watching over the space while you slept. That stretch, when you wake up, is them finally relaxing. It's their quiet way of saying, everything is safe. Sixth, why they stretch directly in your path. Have you ever tried walking into the kitchen only to find your cat stretched across the doorway, or lying exactly where you need to step? That isn't bad timing. It's intentional. Cats are extremely aware of space and movement. They know where you usually walk. They understand your routines. And when they choose to stretch right in your path, they're placing themselves somewhere impossible to ignore. Think about it from your cat's perspective. They could stretch anywhere. Behind the couch, under the table, or in a quiet corner where you might never notice. But they don't choose those places. They choose the one location, guaranteed to make you stop. Yes, it's attention-seeking behavior, but not in a needy way. It's confident, almost playful. Your cat is quietly saying, "I know you're busy, but I matter more than where you were going." And the truth is, they're usually right. Most owners stop instinctively, glance down, maybe smile, or say something. The cat receives exactly what they wanted. Acknowledgement. A moment where your attention belongs completely to them. Some behaviorists see this as a subtle control test. Your cat is discovering whether they can redirect your attention whenever they choose, and each time you stop, you confirm that they can. 7. What it means. If your cat never does this. So what if your cat doesn't stretch when they see you? What if you've watched this whole video thinking, "Mine never behaves like that"? First, don't worry. This doesn't mean your cat dislikes you, or that your bond is damaged. But it does suggest something worth noticing. Cats that never stretch around their owners usually fall into two patterns. Either they don't feel fully relaxed in their environment, or they've learned that stretching doesn't lead to a response. Remember what we discussed earlier? This behavior developed as a way for cats to communicate with humans. But it only continues if it works. If your cat stretched in front of you many times and you walked past without noticing, they learned something from that. They learned the signal didn't reach you. The encouraging part is that this can change. Start paying closer attention when your cat shows any sign of reaching out. Pause for a moment. Acknowledge it. A slow blink, a gentle word, or a soft touch. If they welcome it, you're showing your cat that their signals matter to you. For cats that seem tense, most of the time, look at the environment around them. Loud sounds, unpredictable schedules, or a chaotic home can make a cat keep their body tight. They won't stretch because they don't feel safe enough to relax. Give them time. Stay consistent and watch what begins to change.